Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod. We have Peter Palus with us today. He's co-founder at Personeo.ai. You can master communication skills with AI role plays, which is a cool niche. I had a couple of other founders in that niche on that podcast. So excited to talk with Peter that spends his time between, I guess, San Francisco and Slovakia. So I think you're one of the first Slovak founders I have on this pod, Peter. So welcome. Tell us a bit more about yourself and what you're up to.
Hi, Charles. Thanks for having me. My name is Peter. I'm the co-founder of Personeo.ai. And Personeo.ai is a software platform where companies can create deeply customized AR role plays for training communication soft skills, mostly for sales reps or people managers. So we are AR roleplay platform.
Start with your background, Peter. It's not your first business, but you've also been in banking and in sales. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Yes, I was studying like finance, banking, and investment, but immediately after university, I have co-founded my first company. It was SaaS feedback tool 10 years ago or 11 years ago. And I like the tech world, the SaaS business model, the recurring income. So yeah, I just studied banking, but I'm in the IT like 10 years from now.
And were you different from your peers, your friends, your family? Like, why are you that way?
I like reading during my last year on university. I like reading like startup articles, books about technology, internet companies, how quickly they can scale. So I was different because these were my hobbies: to read Twitter, startup media, and I tried to create my first company after that. So I mean, I think I was the only guy in the university, economic university, who is doing SaaS or AI.
There you go. And why SaaS specifically? Is it because it's a niche that can scale and make more money than traditional businesses like real estate?
Yes, definitely. Low capital. You can start with very low capital. You can create MVP like in 3 months, and you have like recurring income with 95% margin. This was case of my first company, and maybe also lifetime value of customers that you can close one deal, but during the 10 years you will get like 100 payments. So, and this is like the best business model ever, I think.
And how did you first get into role play? And why is role play so important? I mean, I've I don't think I've ever done role play with ChatGPT because I have, I guess, so many of these podcasts and real clients call, and I have like a gigantic volume, which is probably not the case for, I don't know, sales rep and enterprise and so forth. How did you get into this?
This product was created with customer interviews of our previous modules or products we have built on HR Suite, and we asked the current customer base, what else can we create for you? Where is your current pay point? Where is the budget? And we found learning and development department in the company is like great budget. There are pains, inefficiencies. So we built first MVP thanks to the customer interviews of our previous products. And why roleplays? Because AI roleplay is much better than do it like the old way with external trainers. It's like it's much more cost effective. You can scale the trainers know-how 24/7, so people have safe environment with training the sales skills. And yeah,
Interesting. And what is the burning pain point that you're solving with role plays? And tell me a bit more about your ideal customer persona as well.
ideal customer profile is like mid-market or enterprise company, banking, telco, software, retail companies which have huge sales forces. For example, 100 plus sales reps with some fluctuation. So every Monday I'm onboarding new reps, and you need to onboard them like properly. And AR roleplays can increase ramp up time of new sales hires or improve sales skills of existing sales force. So increased revenue is the value proposition, and the company like this proposition.
And your ideal customer persona, it's solely enterprise, or can you still be useful for fast-growing SaaS and AI, for example?
We call it like mid-market and enterprise companies, and mid-market is what I call, you call it scale-ups, I call it mid-market. Yeah, but yeah, this is the what we mean. What do you mean?
Okay, mid-market. How do you prospect these people as the next sales guys? Tell me a bit more about your GTM systems.
We have like great inbound funnel because our product is very viral. We are using PLG best practices for scaling or growing. So part of the funnel is inbound leads. Part of the funnel is like partners leads. We have partnerships with training companies who are bringing us leads, and another part is my outbound, my outreach with LinkedIn messages or email sequences
Got it. The partners, how do you get them?
with cold outreach. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah.
And what kind of partners would they be? It's like consultants that work with enterprises or sales consultants, GTM consultants. Tell me a bit more about these.
Yes, it can be learning and development, trainers, learning and development consultancies, sales trainers, sales consultancy, individuals, SMEs, or like big training companies. These companies are doing workshops for enterprises, but is mostly one-off workshop. Companies will pay 10K dollars, and people will forget everything after 7 days. So it's inefficient and expensive, and we are like add-on complementary use case to these old school one-off physical workshops, so we improve their value proposition to their clients with AR role playing after physical workshop.
And once the client signs up, you give them 20% referral fee or what?
Yeah, it's revenue sharing based on the tier of the partner. So from 5 to 30% of the revenue they generate or clients they bring.
Got it. And your prices, what do they look like right now? And what's the reasoning behind these?
So enterprise pricing is very custom, but for SMEs and self-service motion or mid-market, it's usage-based pricing. It's over in our website. It's semi-hidden, but rule of thumb is $2 per one role play finished, usage-based pricing. So if you have 20 reps, you will allocate them 20 role plays. It's 400 credits, and 400 credits cost $800 subscription for sales department, for example.
Okay, interesting. And a typical use case is at the onboarding level. It's when the reps are new, or can there still be value even for veteran reps?
Yeah, you nailed it. First use case is like onboarding of junior or new hires. Secondary use case is upskilling of existing sales force with, for example, some new initiatives, because environment is dynamic. Enterprises have new pricing structure, new products, so they want to train people, also seniors, couple of times per year with these new initiatives. So both.
Got it. And you've been at it for 4 years now. The MRR, is it around like 50K or what?
This is like business. This is what I don't want to share publicly, but it stands in tens of thousands MRR, yeah, dollars.
Okay. How hard was it to get there? And your co-founder, how does he complete you?
He's more technical and product guy, and I'm the only business development guy in our company.
How hard was it to scale to 20K? Because I'm guessing like AI roleplay wasn't even a thing 4 years ago.
Yeah, because our company started 4 years ago, but this product started only 18 months ago. So we had the previous product I mentioned before. So yeah, Personeo is only 18 months ago. We have started the first day. LLM API voice was possible to connect and build product on top of that. So, and it was hard. It was like first the year was half, and most of the revenue we generated last 6 months. Yeah. So the traction improved 6 months
Last
later.
6 months, eh? And how did you crack that? What was the moment? Well, how did you generate all that revenue in the last 6 months?
Uh, like first months was like just development of the product plus customer research and discovery. So not like closing of deals, because it was the
On PLG side, I guess.
it was PLG, but it was also like interviews with customers. We learn about the use cases, about the right IC, because at first we also tried to sell to SMEs or only partners. Later we found the mid-market enterprises have higher budgets, higher need, higher pain. So it was iteration and pivot to
How
this.
how did that feel after 3 years of grinding?
Uh, it was like Eureka moment. Yeah, when we closed. So it was great. It was like very smooth. When we find the ICP, how to tell value proposition to them, it was like great conversion rates on deals because we ignored and disqualify many of previous people we have calls with.
Do you use your own tool to figure stuff out?
Yeah, sometimes when I have, for example, difficult conversation tomorrow, I will try to create the roleplay with Magic Builder so I am better prepared. But I use the same success criteria. It's fixed and saved. I am just changing the persona behavior and the first part of the roleplay, like context, objection. So sometimes yes, when I have like a new situation in my life, in the
Did you use it to prepare for this pod? Fed all my data as an interviewer to it?
not I am just using it for the sales call. Like this is very nice. This is not sales call. It's friendly call. So founder call. So for this use case, not.
Okay. Yeah, my interviewing style, I mean, it's quite direct. I'm searching for the truth. I think that's what other founders want, right? Not aiming to make people uncomfortable, but can come up as that for sure. Roleplay is interesting. It's just like someone like me that's always like time and energy efficient. I'm like, why not practice on real data? But I guess in corporate and enterprise, it's a totally different game. They don't want to mess up anything. They're more on the perfectionism side of things, right?
Yes, and they need to curate the content because for your use case you mentioned, B2C use case is very simple. Yes, you can create the roleplay in ChatGPT and it will be random persona, random success criteria. But B2B side, mid-market enterprise companies, they need to control the content, curate the content, create the role plays based on their like playbook and scorecard. That's why this is mostly B2B product and not B2C individual product.
Yeah, plus some scenarios can cause them massive headaches, right? Like lawsuits and all of that. So I guess they're very careful not to break any pots. Now that you cracked the code, like what, 6 months ago, and you're headed into this new year, how do you make sure to keep the momentum up and keep the wind in your sails?
That we are removing frictions with the self-service motion. So 6 months ago, every like customer was implemented by customer support and customer success team. Now it's like 99% fully automated self-service. So we can scale with less people to hundreds or thousands of customers purely self-service. So product improvements, friction removing, and also new partners because we don't want to build like 100 sales rep organization. Maybe I will be the only sales rep the next year, but we will have like tens of new partners who has their own sales force, so we can scale with smart GTM movements, not with.
Yeah, I'm really bullish on partnerships as well, especially done through a cold email channel. Very bullish on that, bullish on the podcast funnel, which you're experiencing right now as well. So you've got my green light on this. I'm curious about the day in your life as a founder. What time does it start? What are your habits to make sure you keep your sanity and you're like super productive?
I need to I need to be hit by 2 espressos before opening an email, not one. I learned that I need 2 espressos, and then for example, I will wake up at 7 a.m. From 8 a.m. I am on my laptop, and maybe first call started from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 7 p.m. And yeah, this is like the day is full of calls, like inbound plus outbound plus outreach. So very boring days. or
And
one of,
what do you do when you get hit with a shitload of bricks? You had a very bad day, like I don't know, maybe a lawsuit, you lost a client or whatever. When everything hits you all at once, how do you recover?
I go running or I go walk, like 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers walk or run. It's for refresh of mind.
What are the parallels between running a 10K or 15K and being a founder?
Parallels. I don't know. Because in the marathon there is a parallel. It's better go slowly to have like high energy till the end. But 10K, maybe parallel is that you can really nail 10k very fast and don't worry about the how tired are you, because everyone can do like 10k, 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. You are tired,
Yeah,
but you don't need to save energy like during the marathon when you need to manage the energy and time and resources. But so parallel is don't care about the length, just do it and don't overthink that.
there you go. Yeah, I guess the marathon. So you ran a marathon, right? Like,
No, I think 10 or 15 is my like maximum, so not marathon.
well, not your maximum, your current plateau, I would call it, because yeah, you can certainly do a 40 too. It's pretty hard, but yeah, I do ultras, right? So ultras is like keep it one aid station at a time, right? It's 7K on a 110K run, and then you're like, oh, aid station, oh, I can eat now, I can refuel, and then go again. I think it's about being in the present and rolling with the punches, right? Just going with the flow, because God knows there's a lot of that. And if you start torturing yourself with these demons and keep on repeating, then you lose even more energy and you spiral down. So I think that's it's a pretty good parallel. I'm curious, why wouldn't someone use ChatGPT for role playing? What additional features do you have that a mere custom ChatGPT doesn't?
Mhm. For B2C, I don't want to oversell it. It's very similar if you know what they're doing. If you don't know what they're doing, you can use us because we have the best practices of the success criteria, how the great role play or the framework should look like for your specific use case for B2C. But for B2B, like it's impossible to use ChatGPT for B2B use cases because you need users management, onboarding, admirals, security, single sign-on, enterprise feature, plus curating and managing the content to have the control which role plays, which people should do or can do. And the big feature is also analytics. So HR departments, sales, enablement departments, they need to have data, how many people did which role play, what did they score, how they improved. And this is like impossible in ChatGPT to have this kind of front end.
Question I'll ask, I love asking up last in the podcast is like, how did you evolve in the last 5 years as an entrepreneur, and where do you see yourself in 10?
Mm. The big involvement was to do like sales for the first day. So my biggest learning is don't create in this era freemium products or free products. Create like sales led product with average contract value 500, 1000, 5k euro per month, not $19 per month. It's impossible to scale or very hard. So like better business model is one involvement. And on personal side, I think I improve my sales skills or strategy thinking. And after 5 years, I hope that I will continue be one of the best sales reps or sales guys in the world. And on the personal side, uh, improving the strategy, finding the leverage points, and be really smart about the growth with just profitable activities, not every hypothesis to do.
How's the Slovakia or Bratislava doing on the startup side of things?
We have a couple of success stories, approximately 10, but that's it. Maybe 10 really scale ups. A couple of them were unicorns or centaurs with 100 million valuations. So, but yeah, you can count it on fingers of two hands.
Do
Just
you think you'll be one of them?
hopefully yes, but it will need minimum 3 to 5 years to get to this scale.
You told me you have been funded, right? Are you raising more capital this year?
Yes, we try to do seed investment in Q2 or Q3, not the Q1. It's focused on the growth and business, but because we just raised only pre-seed. So now the next stage is have a good seed investment.
Do you find it hard to raise capital as a Slovakian?
Uh, could be. It's definitely not a advantage because we have like Carpathian discount on valuations, so it's not easy.
Do you have a chip on your shoulder? Do you feel you need to prove something?
Yes, maybe definitely much higher burden than like Ivy League or MIT alumni.
I think these guys come at a disadvantage, actually. Maybe not MIT, but like if you mean like Harvard and all these things, yes, they might come by capital easily, but their failure rate is so high, right? Because they're most of the guys in that league always had everything given to them. And it's so easy, and they have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. They don't even need to make money. They already have a trust fund waiting for them.
Yeah.
So I do think they're at a gigantic disadvantage.
Yeah, maybe the underdog mentality and more hungry, then it could be like advantage, but only this is the advantage, not environment, or it's not advantage.
Well, Peter, nice having you on the pod. Where can people find out more about you and your company?
I think the best channel is my personal LinkedIn. So you can type Peter Palus to the LinkedIn or company page Personeo.ai. I am reading both messages, or the contact form on our website is also goes straight directly to my inbox.
So it was Peter and Charles for this Founder Wisdom podcast presented to you by Raz